Welcome everyone to my show. I'm Landon Sikahema. And joining us today, I have my guest here. We have All-American. We have a college football All-American. He's a college football national champion at the USC Trojans. He was played in the NFL with the Arizona Cardinals and later on with the Tennessee Titans. Please welcome my relative, Deuce Lutui. Welcome, bro. How's everything, man?
Thank you, Thoko. It's good to be here.
Appreciate you coming on the show, man. Yeah. Oh, by the way, sorry. One more thing I forgot to introduce him as. He is also, I don't know what he's most proud of between being, an All-American in college or a USC Trojan or an Arizona Cardinal or a Tennessee Titan. But maybe, I don't know, maybe the thing he might be the most proud of is he is a Mesa High Jackrabbit. Let's go, Rabbits.
Absolutely, man. I'm a alumni of the Purple and Gold, and Mesa for a lot of Tongans over here. Growing up from humble beginnings, um, it's just home for us.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, and obviously, my dad has roots in Mesa. We lived in Gilbert, Arizona till I was 8. And so since my dad was also a Mesa High Jackrabbit back in the days, class of 1980, I know all about the pride of the Mesa High Jackrabbits. Let's go,
That's
Rabbits.
right, rabbits.
Anyway, yeah, thanks for coming on the show. So, yeah, I want to start with talking about your college career. Your amazing college career. So you get to, and again, whenever I say something, correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm not mistaken, you become, you get to the USC Trojans in '04 under, famous head coach Pete Carroll. The Trojans USC had won the national championship in '03. You get there in '04. You're a full-time starter at tackle. Were you mostly left side or right side?
For '04, I was the right tackle,
Okay.
and then the very next season, I was moved into guard.
Okay. Nice, nice. So '04, you're starting at right tackle for the defending champion USC Trojans, and you guys go undefeated, run the table, and you are national champions in '04, with you as a full-time starter at right tackle. Tell me, what was it like playing for, this legendary college national championship team, and obviously, USC, it's a story, franchise, Pete Carroll. Yeah, what was it like that year in '04?
My goodness, I mean, we were little babies back then, and so just thinking about it, like years later, man, how such an impact you had to make as a young player, to try to get your name out there, and of course, playing to the best of your ability. I mean, SC was the most amazing time to teach me about competition and getting the best of the competition and just fighting for the number one spot. And so SC is definitely championship pedigree. We come from a line of Hall of Famers, um, man, and just a rich campus. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Now, especially by the 2000s, these SC teams that were winning, national championships, you guys had a pretty strong Polynesian presence there, right? I mean, obviously you're Tongan, you're from Tonga, you started right tackle, but I know, you tell me Lofo Tatupu, the middle linebacker, was there when you were there, but there, aside from you guys, there was a general strong Polynesian presence there when you were at SC, right?
Absolutely. And it seems like they're continuing that tradition to this day. You see a lot of polys out there, a lot of Choi Polomalu hair out the helmet.
Yeah.
It's just it's a good to see the polys over there, especially after Junior Seau and uh, you know uh, Lofa's dad.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
Mosi Tatupu, yeah.
yeah, coming through SC, just that legendary the the Samoans at SC, and then finally coming over there with me, Fili, and Alatini Malu as the Tongans signing in. And so it was good. It was great competition. You know, the polys, they always, it's iron sharpens iron with them, and they tell you the ugly truth on how to get better. And so um, that's what I love about my people.
Oh, that's really cool, man. So when you were there, I think you were talking before, there was enough of Polynesian presence at SC, on the football team, but maybe just among the student body in general. You guys had your own Polynesian club and stuff like that on campus, and you guys had
Yeah.
events and stuff like that sometimes.
Oh yeah, we had a little Polynesian club there, just a few of us in there. Um, it was just a great time, just Troy had left to the NFL as soon as I signed on this scene, but it was such a you had to come out there and play, as a Tongan and Samoan on the staff or on the roster, you had to really show out. And so, um, man, SC, man, the good old days, man. I'm waiting to see them get back on that championship glory.
Oh, that's really cool, man. That's really cool. Um, so now the other thing that we've talked about before, and I've asked you, I'm kind of a nerd about all this football stuff, but being in LA, being at SC, I think when you were there, a lot of your teammates and stuff at SC were guys that were locally from LA. Again, obviously you're a Mesa guy from Arizona, but there were a lot of guys from LA, I think, that were your teammates. So they were coming from, places like Mater Dei and places like, especially Long Beach Poly. And obviously, I know I talk about a lot, but, it was historic for high school football. The very first ever high school football national championship was in '01 between Long Beach Poly and De La Salle, and then they did had a rematch again in '02. And again, this was historic for high school football. And so this '01 and '02 Long Beach Poly team, these teams, even though they lost both years to De La Salle, they're largely considered to be like one of the absolute most talented high school football rosters in history. And now a lot of them played with you at SC, correct?
Oh yeah. I'm just off the bat talking about Long Beach Poly. We had Darnell Bean, uh, Winston Justice. We had Herschel Dennis, and so these guys were the amazing players from Long Beach Poly, and they were definitely facing some all stars on the other side versus De La Salle with Jones Drew and Mercedes Lewis. Yeah, I think was on that team.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, they were. Was Mercedes Lewis at UCLA?
Sorry, UCLA. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I know that Long Beach Poly team that I talk about. Like yeah, Mercedes Lewis was on that team, and they're among other things they're famous for having. I think they're the first team and maybe the last team I think in high school football history to have 6 first-team All-Americans, including all those guys I think you said: Mercedes Lewis, Winston Justice, Herschel Dennis. That's crazy. Now, when you were at SC with these guys, so again, you said Darnell Bing, Herschel Dennis, Winston Justice. Did these guys did they kind of bring like their Long Beach Poly culture? Like, did they talk a lot about the glory days at Long Beach Poly? Were they
Oh,
talking a lot about these national championship games against De La Salle and stuff?
oh, absolutely. I mean, at SC, you had the best of the cream of the crop of every, best high school there. And so they're always, talking up there. We were the best here. And so that locker room was like competitive natures from like, schools that have already played each other and, the smack talking going on in the locker room. And so, um, of course, man, the California high school teams, man, they're great teams and they show out.
Oh, that's really cool, man. That's really cool. It's crazy to think about, but yeah, that's hella cool. Now, when you were there, '04 and '05, did any of those guys start at all? Like, was Darnell Bing starting? Was Herschel Dennis or Winston Justice starting?
Yeah, Darnell Bean and Winston Justice, yeah, they were starting.
Oh, okay.
But
Or keep going.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we had Reggie. Herschel was playing running back, and so he was in the rotation with Reggie and Lendale.
Oh, okay. But Reggie Bush was generally the full time starter, though, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, obviously he's famous. Do you mind if I ask? I mean, I always knew that Reggie Bush, especially that glory year when you were starting, when you guys won the national championship in '04. I think that's when he broke out and he got, the really famous nickname, Mr. President, because his last name
Uh,
is Bush, same as George Bush at the time. Do you know who gave him that nickname by chance, or?
the media, they always make stuff up and hype stuff up. I think they may have given him that, but I don't. As far as the team, we just call them Reggie.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's just Reggie to you guys. You guys weren't his
Yeah.
secret service or nothing. That's funny. Okay. So did Darnell Bing, was he starting in '04 and '05 or no?
Yes, he was starting. Yep,
Wow.
both
I didn't even
years.
realize that he was the starting safety on that '04 national championship team. That's crazy. And Winston Justice,
Mhm.
was he starting both years, '04 and '05?
I think '04 he was suspended, and then he joined us for my senior year um,
Oh,
in '05. Yeah,
crazy. Crazy. Man, that's really awesome.
yeah. I was playing right tackle in his position until he got back, and they moved me inside.
Oh, so he played right tackle.
Yeah, he was playing tackle.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, okay. Now, tell me, you had a huge Polynesian presence in college, on your team at SC, but by the time you were playing college football, were there a lot of, at SC, you're playing all the top teams, and so were you playing, um, were you playing against a lot of Polynesians like in college already?
Oh yeah, yeah. The Pollies were on the scene, and you definitely could see that they were the impact players of their programs. If Halotingata for one, Matt Twina, when we played them at Oregon, um, man, they were the powerhouse. And so we had other polys out there that were just doing well. Um, and it just made that competition even better when you're facing another Tongan or another Samoan. It's like we're putting our village on the line, and we're gonna hash it out here in the trenches to see whose village is on top. And so um, that's what it was. We created a mental warfare which embodied our culture, and so the polys literally just played that game up front, and it was win your one-on-ones and just smash.
Oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. So you tell me you did play against Haloti at Oregon while you were at SC?
Yes, yes, that big Tongan guy.
Yeah. What was that like, man? I mean, is it unlike anything else? Like when you're going against another poly, like can you almost feel the difference when you're going to go
Oh
against them?
yeah,
Because everyone you go against is big. Like defensive tackle, whether no matter what he is, he's going to be big. But do you like feel the difference when you're going up against a poly defensive tackle?
absolutely. Before we game plan on a week, we get the roster, and coach just says study your personnel. And so when you're looking at a Paulie name, you already know he's bringing the power moves, the bull rushes, just the nimble feet that you have to worry about. Guys like Haloti, Sionepouha, Make Kemoatu, Paul Soliai, these guys with nimble feet that can move. You really had to pay attention to them.
That's crazy. It's crazy when you talk about, they have this power, but on top of that, they also have nimble feet. I mean, that's scary right there. That they're that
Oh
big and
yeah.
strong and powerful, and they still have nimble feet.
Just think of a big Moana character.
Oh wow,
Maui just moving out there.
that's crazy, man. That's crazy. What are you Who would you say is the toughest Paul you've gone against in the college or the pros? Like, who's the most difficult person you've ever had to block?
I would definitely, Mock and Haloti, they're up there as they're the best cream of the crop. I mean, they're the best I've seen this far. And man, I've been enjoying watching Vita Vea play that you know, have his presence known for sure. That's definitely big Tongan boy right there. And yeah, you just got to respect that these poly players, they're bringing um, a lot up front, especially if you're playing D line online.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. Um, did when you were in the NFL, did you ever play against the Ravens when both Haloti and Make Kimoyatu were starting?
Yeah, yep. I played against the Ravens. Uh, got to match up with Haloti in college and in the pros, and so it was good that we both went to the big championship game, and he was able to get a ring, and we had great careers.
Oh, that's really cool, man. That's really cool. Um, Now, if I remember right, I think you've told me. Did you also play against like the famous Justin Tuck in college? Like, wasn't he at Notre Dame?
Yeah, that's right. Justin Tuck played against him.
What was it like
Um,
playing against him when you played against him at Notre Dame?
oh man, Justin Tuck, man, he's just really good. We used to watch film on him, and we'd think he'd like teleport upfield, when he would uh, rush the quarterback. I mean, this guy was so fast, and so he was the same way in the pros. I mean, he got a few rings and was like their impact player for the Giants for many years.
Yeah. So you feel like the toughest thing about dealing with him was his speed more than power, or
I mean, again, big men with nimble feet that can move and could bench the world. I mean, these guys were definitely over average men, and so um, you had to plug into your effort tank. We got to effort block this guy. And so if you ain't coming with that effort, man, he'll get upfield on you.
oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Um, Let me ask you, in terms of, when you're at SC, I know you said, you were with Lofotatupu there, and then obviously later on, you guys would be interdivision rivals playing each other twice every year. Where you were with the Cardinals, he was with the Seahawks. What's he like? Like, I know he played middle linebacker, right?
Yeah, middle
It,
linebacker. Yeah.
so you kind of had some battles sometimes with him, right? When you would get to the next level, past the
Oh
line.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, Lofa, going against Lofa, twice a year, man. Those were battles. And these were like inner rivals you kind of build with other polys, he's Samoan descent, of course, and I come from a Tongan household. And so, of course, when it's one-on-one, we're going after it. And so those were the wars we created inside. I know there were, unpleasant things and exchanges that would go across, but after the game, you kind of just shrug it off. And so, um, it's been good playing in the NFC West, and we were division champs, and you know, it was a good ride.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. Like you said, at SC, you and your teammates with him, you guys had a big Polynesian tradition and presence at USC. And to my knowledge, I think the most significant person that started, I don't know if he was the very first Poly to ever go to SC, but I think one of the most significant, like really good, original Poly players that played at SC was his dad, Mosi Tutupu, who
That's right.
played in his senior year at SC was 1977. Having played with Lofa over there, Like, did people talk a lot about his dad? Did you hear a lot about his dad? Was that a big thing given the fact that his dad was almost like the pioneer over there, or not necessarily?
Absolutely. You heard of Mosi Tatupu more than Lofa almost. I mean, like you heard about the work he's done over there and the history he created over there. And then when Lofa came over, it was like, oh, okay, this is Mosi's boy, you know. And so Lofa definitely had to gain a reputation, a name for himself, and he definitely did that.
Man, that's really cool. That's way cool. Just out of curiosity, have you ever met Mosi before or no?
I have not, but salute to my fellow legend.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. No, he's a aside from being an SC pioneer, I'd actually say he's one of the more significant Polynesian football pioneers. Period. And my dad played against him NFC, AFC in the Pro Bowl, and he was always like a hero to my dad. He's a good 6 years or so older than my dad. So, but tell me, what was it like playing under legendary head coach Pete Carroll? Obviously, he's won a Super Bowl since he was at SC, so everyone knows him. But yeah, tell me about Pete Carroll.
You know, Pete Carroll, he was dad to me. You know what I mean? That was daddy. So he took care of us boys. You know, when you played for him, and definitely he raised us as young men, and he did a great job in inspiring us to push ourselves beyond measure. I mean, the competition levels back then of how he created this school to become champions. I mean, we really had to play and practice, and we fought in practices all the time. And so this was like he purposely did it to where it was ones versus ones in practice. And so of course you're gonna get those like, unruly types in there and they'll start throwing fists. But that's what made us better. If we didn't have that type of contention against each other, offense versus defense, then you really can't build yourself inside. And so that team to kind of get the whole message of changing the culture to where it is to this day. Um, Hats off to Pete Carroll. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. See, he actually somewhat facilitated, or at least allowed you guys to get into scraps sometimes when it got heated in practice.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say aloud, but maybe turned a blind eye here and there. But yeah, I mean, they happen. They happen frequently, and that's what people competing, trying to get a spot or trying to prove to dad, man, I'm the kid that you need to play.
Oh, that's funny, man. That's crazy. But he really was, you would say he really was like a father figure to you in a lot of ways?
Yeah, I mean, when you look back at it, we're just little boys, man. I mean, I'm 42 now, but that was such a long time ago, and we entrusted him with so much to build a future down the line for us. And so, um, yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about Coach Carroll and what he instilled in us young players, and definitely made some noise in the league.
Oh, that's really cool, man. That's really cool. Excuse me. Let me ask you before we move on from college. Let me ask you. I know I already brought up Mr. President to you, Reggie Bush, but yeah, I got to ask you a little bit more about him. He's such a superstar in college. I mean, to this day, he's probably in the conversation as at least one of the he's at least close to being the GOAT for college football running backs. And just his speed and quickness and jukes are just legendary. He would just take it to the house, you know, 80, 70 yards a lot of times. I was, when, your national championship year, you were starting, you guys came, to BYU and played the Cougars. I was in the stadium and, BYU hung for, I think they hung for maybe a quarter, but I think within the second quarter, Reggie broke one, like maybe 70 yards or something. And then from there, it was a rout and you guys just waxed BYU. But I remember I got to sit in the stadium and see Reggie Bush just juking people and then just taking it to the house. I mean, and you guys did that to basically everyone. You were undefeated that year. Yeah, just tell me a little bit more. What's he like as a person? I mean, obviously we know. Remind me, did he marry Kim Kardashian, or were they just kind of like a Hollywood couple for a while?
Oh, I don't even know that, but
Me either.
maybe it's complicated. I never
I
knew
I need
anything
to
that
brush up on the Star magazine a little bit more, my celebrity gossip.
No, but again, Reggie, man, it's a blessing to witness a highlight in real time. And so, um, I mean, and I told my kids, man, I've been a part of a lot of highlights, and watching him was one of the best highlights I've ever seen in my life, even down to this day. What he's done at USC, um, and especially having success in the NFL. Um, the kids are great, and I felt proud to block for him and Matt Leinart, and so those two were the stars of our team. We had two Heisman guys on the roster, and what a blessing for me to block for both of them.
That's really cool, man. I have to ask you, obviously you were national champions, so you guys were dominant on offense, on defense, up and down the roster. But even though you guys were probably the best offense going against the best defense every day in practice, did he take it to in practice sometimes? Would Reggie Bush just break him a lot of time and go all the way to the house? Did that happen a lot in practice?
Exactly. I mean, I think both practices in college and the league, I mean, you saw things that they would do in the games in real time. I mean, practices was where it happened, where all these highlights were started. And so, of course, he would be amazing in practice, and then you hit the field. It almost seemed like it was an easy game for us, the way we practiced. And so, um, man, yeah, we had a great run at SC.
Oh, that's way cool, man. Is he a pretty cool guy just as a person? Like, is he a nice guy or?
Absolutely. I mean, team guy. He invited me over to his house once, while we're visiting New Orleans to play. Um, always paying for his lineman's meals.
I love that, man. I love hearing that. That's cool.
But Matt's the same way.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And you told me Matt Leinart, he went to Modern Day, huh?
Yes, modern day.
So he's just another part of that, the SoCal dominant football tradition that, he brought to SC.
That's right.
Oh, that's
We
cool.
had a couple modern day kids. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Quarterbacks.
And you were with Leinart for at least some time on the Cardinals too, right?
Yeah. All the way to the Super Bowl. Yeah, we were there.
Okay. Nice. Real quick, so with your national championship year in '04, again, you're starting at right tackle. You guys go undefeated, and you for the bowl game to determine the national champion, you guys play Oklahoma in that bowl game in '04, correct?
Yeah, we played Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl.
Okay. Tell me, remind me, you guys dominated that game, didn't you? I mean, you guys beat Oklahoma by a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, what was the 55-19, I think? Man, I forget the score, but it was like 35 to little, by the 35 to little by the half. But my wife was actually, she was in labor with our kid during the game. And so I'm like getting updates, playing the game and getting updates on the wife to see how she's doing. I had to fly out right after the game just to make the birthday.
Oh, that's really cool. So that's cool. As you guys are undefeated, national champions in '04. I know you come back in '05. You're still starting, but they move you to guard. But you're starting on this dominant team. And I think you told me in '05, you guys stayed undefeated the whole regular season all the way up to your '05 bowl game, correct? You guys didn't lose at all?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
No, no.
'05, sorry about the sour grapes, but it's one of the more famous bowl games in the history of college football. So I got to ask you, you're playing Texas. I'm pretty sure you guys are still really favored. I mean, you guys, SC had just won back-to-back national champions. You guys were undefeated in the '05 regular season. And, I think Texas was good, but they weren't supposed to beat you guys. You got to tell me, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was high scoring, right? Like, all you guys on offense, you kept scoring, I think, right? But somehow Vince Young, on offense just somehow kept scoring. Is that how it went?
Oh, I mean, this game was so long ago, but man, just playing Texas. I mean, we were the top in the nation at that time, and the competition was really good. With it was a powerhouse, two offenses going against each other, and their defense was decent as well. And so, man, it was a stacked team. We both had players that went to the league the next year from both sides, and man, what a battle we, you know, that was one of our first losses in a long time, but yeah, that one stung right before we went to the got drafted, but definitely a memorable game.
Oh, that's crazy. Like, when you were, I don't know if you remember, but I feel like, you're on offense. When you're sitting on the sidelines watching, you're probably strategizing with your coaches and stuff somewhat, but you're also seeing Vince Young on offense. And what did you kind of think at some point that the defense was going to stop them, but you just keep watching him, and somehow between his rushing and passing, he just keeps moving the ball and keeps scoring, kind of thing?
I mean, yeah, I mean that game was played to the last second, and man, unfortunately, we didn't come out with that W. But I get to see it every year on ESPN Classics, and so I'm always watching that game being played on some highlight reel on TV somewhere.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, you end up. When were you drafted? Second round.
Second round, yep,
Okay.
41st pick.
Okay, cool. So you're drafted in the second round by the Arizona Cardinals. You go back home to Arizona, and you're a hometown hero. And in '08, I guess it would have been your third year in the NFL. You're starting by then, right? And excuse me, '08, you're a starting guard in the NFL for your, in your hometown or for the Arizona Cardinals. And, eventually, Kurt Warner's the starting quarterback. Edgerrin James is the running back. And you have these two legendary receivers, Larry Fitzgerald and Antoine Bolden. And you guys eventually get to the Super Bowl. First Super Bowl in Cardinals history. Now, I guess I'll start with the NFC Championship game, which was played in Arizona. And it was to my Philadelphia Eagles. And, again, I'm pretty sure we were favored in that game. But lo and behold, in true Eagles fashion, we choked. But yeah, tell me about that Eagles game. Remind me who you went against, the Eagles defensive tackles in that game, and yeah, tell me what you remember about that NFC Championship game against the Eagles.
I remember going against my old alumni, Mike Patterson, and he was playing nose, and I was faced up with him probably the whole game. And I think Stuart Bradley was playing middle or outside back. I keep forgetting, but yeah, these guys they did pretty well, and until we pulled out the W at the last minute.
Yeah, it was a close game, and it kind of did go back and forth, and it came down to a comeback. Yeah. What's it called? Let me ask you this. Did Dennis Green draft you, or was he already gone?
Dennis Green did draft me.
Oh, so was he the head coach for at least your rookie year at the very least?
That's right. And then Wizenhunt took over my second year.
And he's from the Steelers, right? Was he like a D coordinator with the Steelers?
That's right.
Okay. How did you like playing under Dennis Green? He was a big name.
Oh man, I'll never forget Coach Green. I mean, he gave me my opportunity. He took a risk on me. He brought me home. I think Steve Keim was the head scout at that time, and I see him at the SC Pro Day, and I go tap on his shoulder. I was like, "Hey man, I see the Cardinal logo," and I was like, "Bring me home," you know. And I think he said, "Man, I never knew anybody who wanted to be a Cardinal," you know, but. It's such a home story and familiar grounds to me, you know.
Yeah, so is Dennis Green like as tough as I've always thought? Like ever since I was younger and I saw him on the Vikings, he always seemed like a really tough head coach. What's he like? Is he a really tough, hard-nosed guy like it seems, or what's he like?
Oh yeah, I mean he's a passionate coach. I mean we were with Dennis Green before the CBA with the new rules and all that stuff, and so we were still in 3 days or 2 a day pads, you know. We had three practices, and I don't think they do that anymore, you know, and so. Um, he definitely held a strong program, and it was good playing for him while it lasted.
Oh, that's cool. So you were there when he did that famous was it your rookie year when he did that famous press conference where I think he's talking about the
The
Bears. He's
Bears,
like, if you want to
yeah.
crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Oh man, yeah. He had that same speech in the locker room at halftime. I mean, he said the same things. The Bears who we thought they were, and then we laid an egg. Uh, uh, losing the game. And so, I mean, we had a huge lead on them and just let it through our hands.
Oh, that's crazy. Do you remember in the days following that famous press conference? Like, did he address it much? Were people always talking about it and laughing about it over there in Arizona? I mean,
Oh
did you
man.
feel like he noticed some people might have been laughing at him in the weeks after that press conference? Or
I mean, if you see the footage, you see Mark Dalton like just he's like baffled over the whole thing. You know, he's just like surprised, and so his reaction was like he really didn't know how to react to it because he was standing right next to him. But that was funny.
it was funny, man. It's a classic. But okay. So tell me, you got to tell me what was it like? You know, tough loss in the Super Bowl, but I mean, you started in the Super Bowl, and I mean, you lost to an amazing team. You know, the freaking Pittsburgh Steelers. So
Yeah.
no harm, no foul there. But what was it like playing in the starting in the Super Bowl, man?
I mean, it's the pinnacle of my career, and it's all the hard work you put in to get to that moment. And so, just thinking about humble beginnings to shaking the culture up at the Cardinals, bringing a win mindset to there. Um, it was a bunch of hard work in the background and effort and practice and all the above to get to the Super Bowl. So it was the best game of my life, probably that I'll ever play, and um, it was an amazing experience to have my family along and to experience that and tribute, all my playing to them and just, again, being from Mesa, Arizona, and to the Super Bowl. It was what a ride.
Oh, that's way cool, man. Um, Now you got to tell me. I know you brought up a story to me before about when you were going to play the Seahawks one time. Tell me that whole story from the beginning, if that's cool. Because again, you were in the same division, but there's one time in particular where it was looked like it was going to get kind of ugly. Tell me about that.
I mean, when you're playing in division games, I mean, I could tell you, I wasn't really liked. I used to be a jackass out there, just trying to shake up the losing culture, and so a lot of that was started up front, and trying to get into trying to wreck down the defensive goals, and so of course, I had a call from my relative that was playing for the Seahawks at the time. I think this is around 08, 09. Um, and he told me, hey, be careful, man. These guys are gunning for you. And so I get the tip before the game that
They might have had a bounty on you or something.
call it a bounty, call it targeting, whatever. But I knew that I was pre-warned to take care of my limbs. And so I knew going into that game, I was just watching out for some dirty play. But these things happen in that trench warfare, when you're going against people, it's going to set them off like that. And so I know I've created getting the floppy flag and getting the easy 15 yards for a lot of these reactions. And so, yeah, I drew a lot of the people off sides, and I guess you could say I made them look and jump off sides, or cause a penalty for their team.
Oh, that's funny, man. So, it was like the night before your cousin that was playing on the Seahawks gives you a
Yeah,
call and lets you know that they're talking about you in practice,
and
and
just to be
they're
careful
either
on the
gunning for you
game.
or they want a bounty on you or something.
Yeah,
Did it actually
well.
happen? Did it look like was anyone cheap shotting you that game like your cousin said they
Oh,
wanted
oh
to?
yeah. I mean, when they're falling on your legs while you're in the pile, man, there's like ill intent. And so, of course, I had some bruised legs going in after that game, but these were the battles we had on a weekly. If we saw the Niners, and I'm getting into their defensive front. Um, of course, I started a lot of these things, but it was for taking the attention off the ball carriers. These defensive guys are more focused and lasered in on me more than their assignment. And so it was a massive distraction for them. So,
Oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. So they were cheap shotting you. They were falling on your legs. Did you get into any fights that day or no?
well, I mean, within the whistle, and I knew how to draw guys just right, a few seconds after the whistle, to get somebody undisciplined to react, and so always drawing some flags, always drawing a reaction where these guys take the attention off their assignment, and if I could do that momentarily to a defensive scheme, I think I've done my job.
Oh, that's funny, man. That's really cool. I think you've also told me a story. Was it Steveni Baya? Was he on the Bears?
Yep, yep,
And
played
he was a
against him.
defensive tackle, huh?
Yeah.
Now,
Oh
now
yeah.
remind me. You think you had a significant battle? You told me against him, and it's significant because you told me did he when he was coming out of college? Did he break the NFL Combine record for bench?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a strong tonguing guy right there, man. I forget the number, but I think he still has the record.
That's crazy. So you had a good battle against him when he was on the Bears.
Yeah, most definitely. As against any other the polys, they were the best and the best of the best. Whether it was Haloti down to uh, Steven Ipaya, they were strong, and I mean they'll bull rush you if you didn't take care of them. And so I mean I would talk trash, say you can't bull rush a bull. I mean, and that was one of my sayings, to kind of stop these power rushes from getting upfield, or getting bulled in the backfield. So I definitely had a pride playing against uh, these people, and especially if you were from the village, if you were Samoan or Poly descent, I was trying to take your head off. And so that's Tongan football, leading with the crown.
Oh, that's funny, man. That's crazy. Um, could you feel his upper body strength when you went against him? I mean, like you say, he had. I didn't know he had the record at the NFL Combine for bench. Could you feel his upper body strength when you went against him?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, he's definitely a force out there and a highlight for the Bears for some time. Um, I'm not sure if he was a Pro Bowl guy. I think so. I'm not so sure, but um, it was definitely, I had some good battles and memorable battles that I'll always remember for the rest of my life with these guys.
Crazy. I know you told me what were some of the. You have really significant battles with J.J. Watt and Tommy Harris from the Bears. Tell me about any of those. Like who was tougher? Tell me about some of the good battles you had with them.
Uh, they're good battles. I mean, I played against J.J. Watt when I was with the Titans. Had a highlight there with him. Um, he's, they ended up beating us, but these were good things that I remember going against him. He had a penalty, bull rushing me with to the face, and then they threw a flag. He goes, "Sorry, 72," and I'm like, "You're gonna have to pay for that." And so I was able to get him in a nice old choke slam uh, type highlight reel, and it was pretty good.
Nice. That's tight, man. What about Tommy Harris? You have any crazy stories about going against him?
Oh yeah, again, when we played against Tommy Harris, this guy was in the backfield already by play three, and so I knew I had to disrupt his like lane towards Kurt Warner, and so I'm playing right guard and he's rushing our left guard, and then like after the play, I just go up there and bop him, shoulder check him, and he starts immediately to react, and I get his attention. Um, Two more plays later, he's ejected. Yeah,
Because he was trying to. Because he
just
what? Did he take a swing at you?
oh, of course, I was putting in those extra elbows, extra knees while you're driving somebody to the ground, and so of course he's gonna react, and you get a guy like Tommy Harris reacting to you. Um, I think I did my job. We got him ejected and we won the game.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. That's crazy. um, so let me ask you this. Like you said, one of your last years with the Titans, you're blocking for the great Chris Johnson, the speedster that he was. you know, compare those three backs, these three dominant backs you blocked for: Reggie Bush, Edgerrin James, and Chris Johnson. Like, who do you think is the best? Like, how are they? You tell me about their similarities and differences, if that's
Oh
cool.
my gosh. I mean, they're all different backs. I mean, Reggie's just very agile, the way he runs. Um, he can stop on a dime going 100, miles an hour and just shift the field and just break it on you. Edgerrin James, man, he was our OG, this guy came with the knowledge and experience. This guy really was taking over our team in leadership. I mean, he even taught me on certain plays, you can't do this, man. This is third and short. You got to convert this, um, kind of teaching the boys how to block up front, And so Edgerrin James will tell you where to be to be successful in our offense. And so, of course, CJ2K, I mean, that speed, man, kills. I mean, the way that guy moves is just it's just a blur. And so, um, everybody enjoys watching all these running backs run. And they're definitely some fan favorites. And I've become a fan of them, just blocking for them and just watching the highlights.
Crazy. So Chris Johnson was the fastest then.
I would say yes.
Okay. And then Reggie Bush was the most agile, like stop on a dime,
Oh
reverse
yeah.
direction, all that stuff. He was better at that than even Edgerrin James was, and Chris
I,
Johnson.
I would say, and Edger James, man, he'll just run it straight. He ain't trying to do no fancy juke at the hole. He's like rugby, run it straight. And so
So he's kind of a
he got
speed
the
power
pos.
guy, huh?
Oh yeah, he got the positive yards that mattered, and so he was a true veteran, and it was good to see him work and kind of teach us to play.
Oh, that's really cool, man. That's hella cool. Um, that's cool. Um, what was Chris Johnson, Edgerrin James? Were they cool guys? Personality wise, to be around.
Yeah, that every running back I played for, man, they're the coolest guys because they're thankful for you because you're making the way for them, and so they always have a way of showing love to the offensive linemen, whether it's acknowledging us or feeding us or stuff like that when we'd go out once a week, as a team, and so um, they always show love.
Both those guys are cool about that, huh? Like Chris Johnson and Edgerrin James.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's cool. So even they and Reggie Bush, you said they'll pay for the meals for the linemen sometimes, huh? That's cool. Oh, that's cool. Well, hey, man, I'm going to wrap it up, but thank you so much for being a guest on my show. I cannot thank you enough. I really appreciate it, Toko. But
Hey,
yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is my guest for this show and my relative, Deuce Lutui. Thanks again, bro.
Ofatu Toko, man. Love you guys.
Ofatu, Toko. We'll see you later, man.
Deal.